Welcome to the pre-recorded virtual public meeting for the World Trade Bridge Expansion Project. Thank you for taking the time to view this virtual presentation that was shared with the public on Monday, April 8th, 2024. During this virtual meeting, you may pause the presentation and navigate forward or backward using your video player. The virtual public meeting includes an in-person option for individuals who would like to participate in person instead of online. The in-person option will be held Tuesday, April 9th, 2024 from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Barbara Faskin Recreation Center located at 15201 Cerralvo Drive, Laredo, Webb County, Texas 78045. TxDOT created hashtag #InTheStreetTX in an effort to raise awareness about the long streak of traffic deaths in Texas and how this is an issue that impacts every Texan. The reality is this: Texas has lost at least one person every day on Texas roads since November 7, 2000. We need to end the streak of daily deaths on Texas roads. This goal is big, but it's possible. But it's going to take every single driver to do their part behind the wheel. During the course of this presentation, we will provide an overview of the project, a description of the existing roadway, the project's need and purpose, the alternatives considered, environmental studies, and the anticipated project schedule. An explanation of the public comment process will follow with information on how to submit comments both at the in-person meeting and online. Contact information will also be provided should you have additional questions or need more information on the project. The purpose of this public meeting is to encourage and maintain effective communication with the public, offer an opportunity for public input and comments, develop a record of public participation, and update the public about this proposed project. The City of Laredo, in cooperation with the Texas Department of Transportation and Federal Highway Administration, proposes to widen the existing World Trade Bridge and construct an additional 8-lane bridge for northbound traffic adjacent and parallel to the existing 8-lane World Trade Bridge. The project would extend for approximately 1,479 feet from the international boundary with Mexico, Rio Grande, and the World Trade Bridge port of entry. The new bridge would be located on 6.07 acres of right-of-way to be acquired by the City of Laredo. The proposed project would utilize temporary easements during construction, which include 0.31 acres on the north side of the existing bridge and 3.1 acres on the south side of the proposed bridge. The proposed project is needed to alleviate the critical bottleneck and congestion that has been identified by the City of Laredo between the U.S. and Mexico border and the World Trade Bridge port of entry. The existing World Trade Bridge is one of the busiest commercial port of entries on the Texas-Mexico border and the third busiest port in the country. In 2021, the City of Laredo was the United States' largest inland port, the second largest port of entry, and the third largest customs district area. Laredo is by far largest and the fastest growing port along the Texas-Mexico border. The volume of southbound traffic at the World Trade Bridge grew 86% between 2001 and 2019, from 1.1 million to 2.1 million crossings. The purpose of the proposed project is to accommodate increasing commercial traffic volume, improve security and vehicular safety, and reduce northbound wait times. It would allow for more efficient separation of commercial freight as trucks approach the port of entry. The existing World Trade Bridge is a tolled bridge with 8 12-foot travel lanes, 4 northbound and 4 southbound lanes. There is no median located between the northbound and southbound main lanes. Although there are sidewalks on the bridge, pedestrians are prohibited from using the bridge. The widening of the existing bridge would add 2 southbound lanes on the upstream side of the bridge. The new bridge is proposed downstream parallel to the existing bridge. It would consist of 8 northbound lanes and a safety walkway. This new span will also include additional lighting, electronic signage, and a hazmat collection system. The proposed bridge would tie into the International Port of Entry at the east end of the project. Access to the site would be located at the southeast corner of the project area. The new bridge would be located on 6.07 acres of right-of-way to be acquired by the City of Laredo. The proposed project would utilize temporary easements during construction, which include 0.31 acres on the north side of the existing bridge and 3.1 acres on the south side of the proposed bridge. In accordance with the National Environmental Policy Act, various environmental reviews are being completed on the proposed project. The project team is in the process of identifying and evaluating potential environmental impacts of the proposed project. Areas being reviewed include air quality, cultural resources, biological resources including threatened and endangered species, community impacts, hazardous materials, indirect and cumulative impacts, traffic noise, and water resources. These maps are of the environmental resources surrounding the project area. The National Wetlands Inventory includes current geospatially referenced information on the status, extent, characteristics, and functions of wetland, riparian, deep water, and related aquatic habitats in priority areas. These resources can be seen in blue and orange on the floodplains and wetland map on the left-hand side of the slide and include the Rio Grande. A Clean Water Act Section 404 permit and U.S. Coast Guard permit would be required as a result of impacts to the Rio Grande. The west side of the proposed project is within the 100-year floodplain along the Rio Grande, meaning there is a 1% chance each year this area will be flooded as seen in the floodplain and wetlands map on the left-hand side of the slide. Coordination with the floodplain administrator may be required. The portion of the Rio Grande within the project area consists of proposed critical habitat for the Texas hornshell. This area can be seen in the critical habitat and species occurrences map on the right-hand side of the slide. A mussel survey will be conducted within the project area to determine presence of this species, and a relocation will take place if this species is found. The reticulated collared lizard is a species of greatest conservation concern in Webb County, according to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Habitat for this species was observed within the project area as seen on the map. This species may be impacted by the proposed project. On this slide, you will see a tentative timeline for the proposed project. If the final environmental assessment is approved, the project would begin construction in summer 2026. This virtual public meeting was developed to provide project information to the public and elected officials. TxDOT encourages you to review the materials posted on the City of Laredo and TxDOT websites and to provide comments on the proposed project. Notices for this meeting were published in English in the Laredo Morning Times and in Spanish in El Mañana on Sunday, March 24, 2024. Notices in both English and Spanish were posted on the City of Laredo and TxDOT websites and mailed to adjacent property owners and elected public officials. Additional outreach for this virtual public meeting included posting notices on social media, including Facebook and Twitter. As shown on this slide, comments can be submitted online via email to rchavez@ci.laredo.tx.us, or comment forms can be downloaded on the City of Laredo's website under Public Notice and mailed to Robert Kishner, Inc., Attention Brady O'Neill, 12821 West Golden Lane, San Antonio, Texas, 78249. If you would like to leave a verbal comment regarding the proposed improvements, please call 956-791-7346 and leave a voice message. All comments must be received or postmarked by Wednesday, April 24, 2024, to be included as part of the official record. please contact Ramon Chavez, City Engineer for the City of Laredo at 956-791-7346 or rchavez at ci.laredo.tx.us. Comments can be made regarding the project at any time during the project development process, but will not be included in the official public meeting record if not received within the comment period. Thank you for participating in this virtual public meeting, and please don't forget to submit your comments by Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Thank you again, and please stay safe.